Good morning, second graders. Miss Bree here again. I hope your day is off to a really lovely day. I know I'm having a good day. I was able to go out and I got some coffee to go with my friends. And I hope that you're having a really great day as well. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right on into our lesson today that I created for you. So we are going to be discussing the third part of our story structure that we've been talking about the last couple of days. If you're new here, no worries. We're going to walk through each step over because it's always great for us to have a refresher. So today, you are all going to become pros at understanding the structure of a story through sequencing events by creating a timeline with me. So quickly, we're going to go ahead and go over the structure of a story. So there is always three elements to the structure of a story. There is always going to be the beginning of a story, which is our first bubble all the way at the top. There is always a middle group of the story, and there's always an ending of the story, right? So each of these three key elements make up a story, right? But each of them include lots and lots of detail and lots of key characteristics that are different than each of the three bubbles or the three elements of the story. So in the beginning, there's lots of introducing main characters in a story. There's lots of introducing maybe a little bit of a conflict that's going to be happening in the story, the setting of a story, where the story is taking place. So those who, what, where, when, why questions are all normally answered in the beginning of the story. The middle of your story is going to be what is taking place, what is happening in the story, how is this conflict happening, right? This is where the big portion of your story is going to be talked about or read about or told about. That's the best word, told about. The ending of your story is going to be where your main character maybe solves a conflict. This is going to be where your story is brought all together. So in the beginning, it is introduced. The middle, there's just a bunch of things that are covered in the middle of a story. And at the very end, you're going to notice your story being brought all together. So we're going to go ahead and read the Gingerbread Man. I'm going to read it to you. I found a video on YouTube because I do not own this book. But while we are reading this book, I would like for us to pay attention to those key details that we were just talking about. So we're going to pay attention to the beginning of a story, what's going on, who is the story about, what is happening. The middle of the story, we're going to see, well, does something happen to him? And we're going to discuss and pay attention to those key details about the ending of the story, right? How does the Gingerbread Man story come all together? All right, so quickly I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you while I pull up this video. Here we go, and we are ready to get started. So the Gingerbread Man. Pictures by Karen. Once upon a time, there was an old man and an old woman and a little boy. So right here, I'm going to pause that. Let me go back really quickly. So now this is a great page to note that the main characters of the story are introduced, right? So we have the old man being introduced. We have an old woman and a little boy. So here we know these are going to be our three main characters of our story so far. So let's see if there is more information being introduced. One day, the old woman said to the little boy, "I will bake you a gingerbread man." And she said, the old woman put the gingerbread man into the pan, and she put the pan into the oven. All right. Now, watch the oven, said the old woman, and when you can smell the gingerbread, call me, but do not open the oven door. Then the old woman went to work in the garden with the old man. So we are noticing another character being introduced in our story, right? We have a gingerbread man. So now we went from 3 main characters to 4. The little boy sat in the kitchen and watched the oven. Soon he could smell the gingerbread man. I want to see if the gingerbread man looks as good as he smells, says the little boy. And he opened the oven door. The gingerbread man hopped out of the pan. He hopped out of the oven. He ran across the kitchen to the open door. The little boy ran to shut the door, but the gingerbread man ran faster. He ran out of the door and down the steps into the road. Oh my goodness. So now we can see, okay, so in the beginning of my story, we introduced an old man, an old lady, a little boy, and a gingerbread man. We can also include that they were cooking in a kitchen. They were baking a gingerbread man in the kitchen. And now he started to run away. So now we're going to be entering the middle portion of our story. He then called out, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. The little boy ran after him. The old man and old woman saw the gingerbread man and they ran too, but the gingerbread man, he ran faster. And the little boy and the old man and the old woman had to sit down and rest. The gingerbread man ran on. Soon he came to some farmers. Where are you going? Shouted the farmers. I have run away from a little boy and an old man and an old woman, and I ran away from you too, said the gingerbread man. Oh, you can? Can you? Said the farmers. And they dropped their rakes and ran after him. So here we're noticing the gingerbread man is running away from everybody he comes in contact to. I wonder if someone's going to catch him. Do you think so? I don't know. The gingerbread man called out, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. The farmers ran fast, but the gingerbread man ran faster, and the farmers had to sit down to rest. The gingerbread man ran on, so he came to a bear. Where are you going? Shouted the bear. So now in the middle of our story, we're noticing he came in contact with farmers, a bear, and I wonder if he's going to run away from the bear. I've run away from a little boy and an old man and an old woman and 3 farmers. I can run away from you too, said the gingerbread man. Oh, you can you? The bear said, and he began to run after the gingerbread man. Then the gingerbread man called out, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. The bear sat down, but the gingerbread man ran faster, and the bear had to sit down to rest. That gingerbread man, he keeps taking off. The gingerbread man ran on, so he came to a wolf. Where are you going? Shouted the wolf. I've run away from a little boy, an old man, an old woman, 3 farmers, a bear, and I can run away from you too, said the gingerbread man. "Oh, you can you?" said the wolf, and he began to run after the gingerbread man. Then the gingerbread man called out, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." The wolf ran fast, but the gingerbread man ran faster. The wolf had to sit down to rest. "This must be a fast gingerbread man, huh?" The gingerbread man ran on, so he came to a fox. The fox said, "Where are you going?" "I've run away from a little boy, an old man, an old woman, 3 farmers, a bear, and a wolf, and I can run away from you too," said the gingerbread man. Let's see what he says. "I can't," the fox said, "I can't hear you, gingerbread man. Come a little closer." The gingerbread man stopped running. Then he called out, "I've run away from a little boy, an old man, an old woman, 3 farmers, a bear, and a wolf, and I can run away from you too." "I can't hear you," said the fox. "Come a little closer." The gingerbread man came very close to the fox and he shouted, "I've run away from a little boy, an old man, an old woman, 3 farmers, a bear, and a wolf, and I can run away from you too." Uh-oh, is the fox going to catch him? "Oh, you can you?" said the fox. And snip, snap, he opened his mouth and he closed his mouth. Uh-oh, and that was the end of the gingerbread man. Oh no, our friend the gingerbread man, he got eaten by a big hungry fox. Oh my goodness. So there was so much information. I love that story so much. So right now I wanted to give you guys the time to quickly go ahead and gather a piece of paper and some pens, pencils, markers. Pause this video, and when you're ready to come back and join us, just jump right back on it, because we are going to create our timeline of our story, The Gingerbread Man. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you right back. And we're going to get started on creating our timeline. So I would like for you guys to follow along while I show you the steps of making a timeline of events. Okay, so I know this can look a little overwhelming, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep this up just for reference to keep referring back to. I'm actually gonna stop sharing that with you. So I would like for you guys to grab one marker, pen, whatever you're using. On the middle of your paper, I would like you to draw one line going all the way across. Just like how I have. Okay? At the top of your paper, I would like you to write The Gingerbread Man, because that is the title of our story. So this is our gingerbread man timeline. Okay, so now we have a title, we have our line, and if you've ever seen a timeline is a sequence of events that happen in order. So there's always going to be something like a story structure. So this is going to be our portion, what happened in the beginning. This is going to be the middle of our story, and this is going to be an ending. So a timeline is normally used. You might see this when people use to write a bibliography or an autobiography. So I can say I was born I went to first grade, I went to 8th grade, I graduated, and now I'm becoming a teacher, right? So that is an order of events that took place in my life, but we want to write an order of events that happened in the Gingerbread Man's book story, right? What happened in his life? So we're going to go ahead, if you have a different color, go ahead and use that. I'm going to use the color green. We are going to draw a line just right here. I'll show you. Just a little line like this, and we're going to write the main characters of our story. So we're going to think, who were some main characters of our story? Let's go ahead and go back to our story here. And we can go ahead and see on that first page, if you remember, here are some of those main characters, right? So we can write an old man, old woman, and a little boy. Okay, so we can go ahead and write an old man, an old woman, and a little boy, right? That was the main characters of our story. Now we're going to put another tally mark, we can call that, another line for an event. And we can say, old woman and boy baked the gingerbread man. Okay, so we have an old man, old woman, and a little boy were first introduced in our story. Then an old woman and a boy baked the gingerbread man. After that, so first this happened in my story, then this happened where the old woman and the boy baked a gingerbread man. Then what happened in our story? Then we can say the gingerbread man ran away. The gingerbread man ran away from, so we said the gingerbread man ran away from, who did he run away from? We're going to include lots of friends here. So we're going to include the old man and lady or woman, the little boy. So I'm writing it just like this, where I'm writing a little mark. So I'm abbreviating, right? Because we're not going to write in full complete sentences. This is just like a rough draft. So the gingerbread man ran away from the old woman and the old man and old woman. The little boy, he ran away from the farmers. He ran away from the bear. Okay, so we have the farmers, the bear. Who else did he run away from? There was a wolf. So we can say the wolf. And we can say he met a fox. Okay, because that kind of happened in the middle of our story. He met a fox. So this is going to be our beginning of the story. This is the middle of our story. And so first he met and there was an old man, an old woman, and a little boy. Next, the old woman and the boy baked the gingerbread man. Then the gingerbread man ran away from the old man and woman, the farmers, the little boy, the bear, the wolf, and he met a fox. Now we're going to put a tally mark here, and we're going to say last what can we say here? We can say last the fox did not, we can say gingerbread man, the fox, we can say the fox was bringing the gingerbread man in, right? The fox was sneaky. The fox was sneaky with the gingerbread man, right? He did not let that gingerbread man get away. So the fox was sneaky with the gingerbread man. And then we can put another mark here. And we can say that what happened after the gingerbread man met the fox? We can say he tried to run away, right? He tried to run away. The fox ate the gingerbread man. Oh goodness. So I would like for you to write in a different color if you have that. We are going to write the beginning, and I will show that. So hold on first. The beginning. Right? So the beginning is going to be these two events. The middle, we're going to write the is going to be here. Right? The middle of my story, and the end is going to be here. So we're going to say it's very important for us to use words like first, next, then, and last. So in a different color, I'm going to write this just because I feel like it is helpful. So first, then, right? So first, this happened. Then this order of events happened. Next, we have the middle of the story. And last. So let's go ahead and read this all together. First, there was an old man, an old woman, and a little boy. Then the old woman and the little boy baked the gingerbread man. Next, the gingerbread man ran away from the old man and woman, the little boy, the farmers, the bear, the wolf, and he met a fox. Last, the fox was sneaky with the gingerbread man. He tried to run away. The fox ate the gingerbread man. So here, friends, you just created a timeline of a sequence of events that happened in the gingerbread man story. What I would love for you to do is try writing this story out in complete sentences. because this was just a quick timeline of some notes and bullet points. But I would like you to try writing this out, like I said, in complete sentences. I hope that you enjoyed my lesson. Really quickly, I'm going to share my screen so we can go through some questions really quickly. So on a timeline, where is the beginning of a story? Is the beginning what happens first? It is. So this is going to be the beginning of it on your timeline. Is the middle of my timeline going to be here or here? The middle of a timeline, which is where the middle of the story happens, is going to be here in the middle of your paper. On a timeline, where is the ending of your story? I'm going to leave you with that question. So if you were able to identify the beginning, the middle, try and identify the end. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.